Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a very super sunny Port Adriano in Mallorca. It's Hugh here from Berthon. I'm quite warm because I'm wearing this and it's actually quite warm, so I'll just zip it up. Today we're looking at this wonderful boat. She is, of course, a 2018 Windy 39 Camira with wet bar layout. She's called Volante. She's based here at Adriano. She's on the market with Berthon now. Let's go have a look on board. It's a Windy 39 Camira. There we go. Throttling up. Burning combined 95, doing 20 knots. Just kind of does what it does. Super easy. As you'll see, very little bow rise in her. Just gets on with it as we flip away from Mallorca. So super duper wake shot there, very flat, no straining, zero vibration. Got those two rumbling along here. It's really super quiet on board, and we could run pretty much all the way to Ibiza today, no problem at all. Easy peasy. It's really good, simple, safe, fast boating. I've had one of these out in about 4 metre swells off the back of Jersey. Pretty effective at dealing with anything. Now, guns open a little bit. There we go, running at just underneath 30 knots. Mallorca just disappearing there. 127 litres, so flat taps. They'll burn a wee bit more, but unbelievably comfortable like this. Finger light, 30 knot cruise, really easy. There we go, autopilot is now steering, so George is at the helm. As you can hear, nothing rattling, nothing moving. Wonderfully built boat, built by absolute brilliant Windy boats. So we're going to have a whistle super stop tour of Volante. Excuse me if I'm a little bit shaky. I've been using a GoPro 11, which I am told is the greatest thing for filming. However, it keeps overheating because it's quite warm out here. So I'm going to do this on the good old trusty iPhone. As you can see, we have a whopping great open sports boat here. So this is an unbelievably capable hull. Nick Burnham from Motorboat and Yachting did a test for us on the original one, which came over in 2012, 2013. This one was built in 2018, so we took all of that knowledge of having the great Hans J. Johnson hull underneath here. And Nick said it's the kind of boat that you want to hang your head out of the window of a car, just like a dog with its air streaming behind. So it's phenomenally good hull. She's great at aft berthing here. As you can see, we got these superb aft cleats. Then we have a teak lined and laid bathing platform here with a flap with a bathing ladder underneath. There is a dinghy garage in here, which at the moment has an inflatable in it. I'll show you that in a moment. That's your swimming ladder with these two really useful little cleats for pulling yourself out of the water. And then you've got a ski hook at the aft end. Twinkly winkly lights, port and starboard, for showing the way if you're coming back on board in the evening. And then here we have LED lighting. So that's your stern light, and these are just little holders for the aft cover set. Masses and masses of stainless steel. As you can see, the welds are really high quality, and we've got macadamia colour scheme here with contrasting backrests. So the backrest is on two mast track sections from Harken with little knurled locks to hold it in position. Your ensign staff is here. We also have aft holders for the bimini, which can be extended to cover right the way back here. There are two little poles which locate down here, which slide into the nice stainless steel fixings in here. It's never been used, but it's very, very good, I am assured. Right, moving forward, we have hot and cold running water, aft end, shower head there, and then we've got a really neat mesh rack underneath here for just popping fenders in, so you don't need to worry about finding a locker, moving all your rubbish out of it, getting them on board. This opens up, mesh bag, keeps it all super, super smart. Aft cleats here, grab rail for coming on board. That locates the aft end of the bimini overhang. Upgrade fusion system, that's your aft sun pad. So this aft seat rest can pop on forward, should you wish it to. And then we've got this amazing cockpit, all shaded by a bimini here. We have a wet bar over to the port side. We have storage, fridge, storage, lid opens up, Bosch ceramic hot plate with a griddle underneath. This is good for putting pans and stuff on with a pan stand there to stop you damaging this. 4 cup holders, stainless steel sink, pop out tap, hot, cold, sink plug. Beautifully done. That's a really useful something for something. That's a little plate to stop that getting scalded. If you put it down and it's a little bit warm, pop that down. So that is your upper galley. So big sun-seeking boat, that sorts that out. Table here, 2 leaves, fold over, little supports there, and you can actually make the entire cockpit into a vast sun pad by using this telescopic leg, which is from there to let the whole lot drop down. All of this stuff here, if you want it to be absolutely open, pings down into this really neat gully down to the sides and underneath this cushion here, which just pops up. And then we have engine access in there. Do we want to do engines now? We'll do engines now. So there we go. That's your engine access for your normal daily checks. Removable ladder here, 3 rungs down, ping, 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 and you're down onto a beautiful checker plated floor. Sorry, that's my legs. 2 Volvo Penta D6 supercharged and turbocharged diesel engines. They run 820 hours, full service history. The boat does get used. That's what boats should do. We've got Volvo head controls. That's that mesh bag I was talking about. Loads of insulation right the way around. We've got genset remotes, more remotes for your batteries. There are 7 on board. We have generator start battery, port engine start, starboard engine start, and then there's a load of stuff over there for service batteries. There we go. 1 Cummins Onan generator set has run 351.15 hours. As you can see, it's a windy, so we've got massive bearers because this boat is quick. She is no slouch. She's a proper performance hull designed by the rather wonderful Hans-Jürgen Johnson, who was also responsible for the SR52 and all those great boats like the Windy Mirage, 32, Grand Tornado, 39, 40, 44, 45 and 46 Chinooks. That's just for the getting the top off the filter, which would neatly be there. There you go, just so you can see. There we go. That's your prime button. Comes on 351.5. Voila. Checker plate here and here, really neat. Batteries again, that's your water heater. It's a big isotherm unit. Your main fuel tank is there with cut-offs, port and starboard, which are those little levers here. So pull these at the helm, that wire goes that way, that shuts off, that shuts off. We've also got engine bay automatic fire suppression, courtesy of Seafire there. We have port engine fuel filter, starboard engine fuel filter, water pump, That is the power supply, should you want it, for running this off your shore supply. So it will heat off the starboard engine and off shore supply. Lights in there. It's quite bright here, so I haven't turned them on. And then we've got your master volt charger is just there, and your main wiring and switching panel is over to starboard. That is that lovely, lovely, lovely telescoping table. More storage underneath there. That's the wet bar. We've done that. I'm not going to fall down this hole, but I'm just going to say in the inimitable words of the tool ships, hatch shut. Stainless steel right the way, capping that frame, and we've got this lovely bar which runs right the way around, which is hyper ergonomic and allows you, when you're at the main helm, just to rest your hand like there in a loose way. Comsilla. So we're sitting on the helm of the 3 seats across here. So you've obviously got navigator or navigator, friend, helm. These are bolstered, again in contrasting two-tone. All exterior upholstery was replaced in 2023, and this is your main helm. So we've got throttle controls, joystick for docking, activates the 2 outdrives at the back. We've got bow thruster, autopilot, main plotter screen, slave plotter screen. At the moment we've got engine data on there. As you can see, there are no engine dials here, so it's a really super clean cockpit, and we've just got everything is fed through to there. Engine hours are on there, 820. Bennett or electro-hydraulic trim tabs, Raymarine VHF set. You've got the maker's plate down there, CE category B for 12. That's your Seafire. And then we've got that neat little thing there for a little bit more heat up here. Anchor chain, counter. This is all your 12-volt switching. So we've got wipers, water pump, bilge pump, horn, lights, panel lights, electric anchor windlass up foredeck. We'll look at that in a second. That is the canopy release. That is, as we speak, is lifting up that aft section there, so we can have a quick look in that before we leave. We've also got demisters for screen right there, and we've got extra deck lighting there. Fusion control here. Really super easy boat to get around. So we have 3 steps up with a top plate here to get up onto the bow, so I'm going to do that right now. So straight up, screen split here, demisters are underneath there, so I can go straight forward, totally flat. Lights into the forward cabin. Sorry, they're not into the forward cabin. That's into the forward cabin. That's into the galley. That is into the heads. Big sun pad, has a cover on it, all that sort of jazz. This opens up, allows access or ventilation into the forward cabin. Up at the bow, we have 2 side lockers and the main central locker. So the anchor is on a through stem, so you haven't got a big bow roller here to chin, unlike these other boats. Lovely. Windlass up, windlass down. Oh, it's quite a nice Frauscher Demon over there. That's quite nice, isn't it? Lumar windlass, chain restraint. That is the main anchor, sits in there. Stainless steel upgrade, galvanized chain. That just locates there and locks like that. Storage locker, port side storage locker, cleats, lazy chain, me, and that is the foredeck on Volante. So I guess we probably need to go down and look at the cabiny bits. So here we go, making this look terribly easy. There's your big bimini shade. Pop, 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 pop. Navigator's area. Big handrail. 3 steps down. 1, 2, 3. And we're down into this main lobby area. So we have the galley over to Starboard, so this is a lower galley with isotherm fridge. That is your communal garden microwave. This is quite neat and typically Scandi. We have chopping board in here and cutlery and crockery in there, or in these two drawers which are down there. Diffuse lighting around the bottom, as you can see. Again, diffuse lighting to show you way up the stair. Nicely trimmed handrail lights. Full air conditioning kit on board, running courtesy of Mr. Cullen in Zonan or the shore power. So that is the vent out. We have heads shower in here. We have forward cabin in here, and we have aft cabin through here. Nice overhead LED lighting, and that is that little light which is fixed, which we saw on the foredeck. So heading through into the main cabin, under berth storage, really nice high level, very, very comfortable berth. 2 reading lights. That is the deck hatch, eye level lockers to port, large storage locker with hanging rail, starboard, port to starboard. We have another one which I think at the moment has the original bags, etc., with all the ship's documents. So she's tax paid in the EU, and then we have more eye level kit here, and these again really nice natty storage LED lights, and your independent air conditioning controls for the forward cabin. Again, independent lighting circuits. Looks like that when they're off. And those 2 reading lights just have little push buttons on each one. So we'll head back through. We'll do heads. So we have heads is set aft, shower is set forward. So shower stall with a grower, thermostatic shower, electric pump underneath there, shower seat. Really neat place to put your, if you take one bottle into the shower, you can pop it in there, and it's got a nice little backlight behind it with a ventilator. It's clinically clean. We have a really nice Duravit sink with hot and cold tap. There is a port light behind that. We have overhead storage here and storage underneath it. Heads is here. It's an electric Jabsco. That's the doodah, and holding tank with controls for shower, sump pump, blower, and loo tank, and then another little locker behind that one. Beautifully built. Look at those hinges. Really, really, really good year of build. Really, really good year of build. Beautiful door furniture. Beautiful locking mechanisms. This is not a cheap boat. There we go, but beautifully kept. And then we've got this aft cabin, which is really useful for storage. So we've got double berth, power low. We have air conditioning controls, vents up there, independent reading lights, port and starboard. This is the extension for your sun pad in the cockpit, which sits on top of that table, should you so wish. We have opening aft light. We've got small locker and large locker. Really nice friction catches. Couple of drawers at the bottom. Again, another reading light there. And independent switches for the overhead lighting. Right, so we've done the inside of her. So I shall just shut that door like so. I shall now venture up these stairs into the cockpit. I've got one last bit to do. I'm just going to show you the aft locker on Volante. It's sort of coming to life a bit. It's what's the time? It's just coming up to, well, it's after midday, crikey. The sun is over the yardarm. Just to show you, we have this wonderful dinghy garage as well, the aft end. As if everything else wasn't as exciting, you can have a little boat to get you ashore. It sits in here. It's got a couple of big rams there, so they just close this down when you're not using it. We've got a Zodiac in there, which is going with the sail. So thank you very much for watching this. My name's Hugh. This is Volante. She's a 2018 windy 39 Camira. She is running on a pair of D6 400s. They've run 820 hours with full service history, and she is very much available right now. Many thanks for watching.